The alarm rings. But your body refuses to move. I feel like a truck hit me.
You are sick. But you are more afraid of the phone call than the fever.
Huh?
Speak, where are you? The meeting starts in 10 minutes. 10?
Oh no! I'm on my way!
Get here now!
My tummy hurts? And my head is spinning?
Stop. You sound like a child, not a professional. Let's learn how to take care of your health without losing your job.
That morning nightmare we just watched? It is not just a skit. It is a reality that millions of employees face every single morning. We live in a relentless hustle culture that conditions us to believe we must be productive at all costs, even when our bodies are shutting down. We feel guilty for being human. We feel ashamed for needing rest. And that fear leads to awkward, unprofessional, and sometimes disastrous phone calls that damage our professional reputation more than the sickness itself. Welcome to Grow English Mastery, episode 205. Today, we are not just learning English phrases. We are tackling the psychology of burnout, sickness, and professional boundaries. I will teach you the specific, high-level vocabulary to call in sick without a single ounce of guilt. I will show you how to set firm boundaries when your boss tries to force you to work from your deathbed using guilt tactics. And most importantly, we will fix the embarrassing mistakes that make you look like a child instead of a valuable professional. By the end of this deep dive lesson, you will have the confidence to prioritize your health and protect your career simultaneously. Let's look at Leo's first mistake and analyze exactly why it failed.
Mistake number 1, oversharing.
Yeah, Mia, it's bad. I was vomiting all night. The color was weird, like green?
Okay, Leo. Too much detail. Please stop.
TMI. Your boss doesn't need the gross details.
But I want you to believe me. I really am sick.
I believe you. Just spare Mickey a lesson. Spare me the biology lesson.
Keep it brief.
But what if the boss tries to force you to work?
Did you hear that conversation? It was painful to listen to, wasn't it? Leo made almost every mistake in the book, but let's focus on the first and most common one. It is what we call too much information is less than #0. 3# is greater than or too much information. When Leo got on the phone, his deep insecurity took over. He felt he needed to prove he was sick, so he started describing the biology of his illness. He talked about vomiting. He described the color. He went into gross, unnecessary detail. This is a common psychological trap. When we feel like people don't believe us, we tend to over-explain. We think that if we give more details, the story becomes more credible. But in a professional business context, especially in Western corporate cultures, the exact opposite is true. Oversharing destroys your executive presence immediately. When you tell your boss about your stomach fluids or your bathroom habits, you are forcing them to picture you in a very undignified, unpleasant way, It crosses the line of professional intimacy. Your boss is not your doctor, and they are not your mother. They do not need the medical diagnosis. They only need the operational impact. Think about Mia's reaction in that scene. She was disgusted. She pulled the phone away. At that moment, she wasn't thinking about Leo's workload. She was thinking about how immature he sounded. A professional states the fact clearly and concisely. A professional says, "I am unwell," and stops there. They maintain their dignity even when they are physically weak. Leo lost his dignity the moment he started describing the details. We need to strip away the panic and replace it with poise. You don't need to perform your sickness. You don't need to fake a cough. You just need to communicate the necessary information. But what happens when you try to be professional and the boss pushes back? What happens when they try to make you work anyway?
Mistake number 2, the guilt trip. I understand you are unwell, Leo, but can you just check emails from bed? We are drowning here.
Oh, okay. I guess I can check a few things.
No. If you are sick, you are off.
You cannot recover if you are working.
Actually, Mia, I need to rest fully today so I can return stronger tomorrow.
Fine. Rest up. See you tomorrow. Boundaries set. Now, let's learn the vocabulary of a professional.
Mistake number 2 is falling for the guilt trip. This is one of the hardest challenges in the modern workplace. You saw exactly what Mia did. She didn't scream. She didn't say, "No, you can't stay home." Instead, she used a much more subtle and dangerous manipulation tactic. She said, "I understand, but can you just check a few emails? We are drowning here." This is the trap of toxic productivity. It plays on your loyalty and your fear of letting the team down. Mia tried to make Leo feel like he was abandoning the ship in a storm. And Leo, being a people pleaser, immediately crumbled. He reached for his laptop with a shaking hand. He said yes, even though his body was screaming no. Let me be very clear with you. If you are checking emails, you are not resting. If you are answering Slack messages from bed, you are not recovering. You are in a state of half work, which is the worst possible state for your brain and body. This is the direct path to burnout. When you work while sick, you prolong your illness. A 1-day recovery turns into a 3-day drag. You make more mistakes because your brain is foggy. And you teach your boss that your boundaries are flexible. You teach them that sick actually means working from home with a headache. You must unlearn this behavior. When you are off, you must be fully off. It takes immense courage to say no to a boss who is asking for a small favor, but it is necessary. You noticed how I stepped in and slammed the laptop shut? You need to do that mentally. You need to have a script ready that is polite but firm. You need to be able to say, "I need to rest fully today so I can return at 100% capacity tomorrow." Notice the framing? You are not being lazy. You are investing in your future performance. You are framing your rest as a strategic decision for the company's benefit. That is how a professional sets a boundary. Let's see how Leo handles it correctly in the next scene using the right vocabulary.
Finally, the correct way. Good morning, Mia. I'm afraid I'm under the weather today.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is it serious?
I have a fever, and I believe it might be contagious. I don't want to infect the team.
Contagious, meaning you can pass the sickness to others.
Please stay home. We don't want your germs.
I will check in tomorrow morning. Thank you for understanding.
Perfect. Now, are you ready to test your skills?
Now that was a perfect call. Did you notice the difference? No drama. No guilt. Just clear communication. Let's break down the golden phrases Leo used. These are your new weapons. Your first phrase is an idiom. Under the weather. Repeat that with me. Under the weather. This is a beautiful, classic English idiom. It originated from maritime history, where sailors would go below deck under the weather rail when the sea was rough and they felt seasick. Today, it is the perfect professional euphemism. It means, I am sick, or I am not feeling well, but it is delightfully vague. It doesn't say if you have a headache, a stomach bug, or a fever. It just says, I am not at my best. Using this phrase prevents too much information. It stops you from oversharing. You don't say, my tummy hurts. You say, I'm feeling a bit under the weather today. It sounds elegant. It sounds adult. It commands respect. Your second phrase is a power word. Contagious. Listen to the stress. Contagious. This is your strongest shield. The word contagious means that your sickness can spread to other people. In a post-pandemic world, this word triggers a primal fear in every office manager. No boss wants the entire team to get sick. No boss wants lost productivity from 5 people because one person came in to be a hero. When you say, I have a fever and I might be contagious, you are no longer asking for a favor. You are doing them a favor. You are protecting the team. It shifts the dynamic completely. Mia backed away in fear when she heard this word. Didn't she? Use that biology to your advantage. If you suspect you have a virus, state it clearly. It shuts down the negotiation instantly. Your third phrase is medical certificate. In some countries, this is called a doctor's note or a sick note. I can provide a medical certificate if needed. This phrase is your legal defense. It shows that you are taking this seriously. You have seen a medical professional. It is not just you wanting a day off to watch Netflix. It is a documented medical event. Even if your boss doesn't actually ask for the paper, Just offering it proves your integrity. It signals that you are not lying. It adds a layer of official weight to your request. Now that you have the vocabulary, let's put it to the test. I am going to be Mia, your tough boss. I will challenge you with 3 situations. Don't be shy. Speak out loud when you see the timer.
Situation 1. You wake up with food poisoning. Where are you?
Don't give details. Be clear.
Hi, Mia. I have come down with something sudden. I need to take a sick day to recover.
Situation 2. You are not physically sick, but mentally exhausted. You need a mental health day.
It is valid. Keep it professional.
I am not feeling 100% today. I will be taking a personal day to recharge.
Situation 3. You've been gone for 3 days. I need proof.
Offer the certificate.
Of course. I have a medical certificate from my doctor. I will email it to HR.
Great job. Take a deep breath and relax. You survived the sick day call. How did that feel? Did you feel the difference between stammering like a child and speaking like a leader? Remember, your health is your most important asset. It is the engine that drives your career. If the engine breaks, the car doesn't move. A professional employee knows when to work hard, but they also know when to stop, rest, and recover. Don't let guilt make you sicker. The company will survive one day without you, but you cannot survive without your health. You have learned the vocabulary. You have practiced the script. Now, the next time you wake up feeling under the weather, don't panic. Grab your phone, use your golden phrases, and go back to sleep with a clear conscience. If you are committed to making this 15-minute plan a part of your life, show your energy by smashing that like button. Be a hero for a friend by sharing this video with someone you know is too busy to study, or someone who keeps coming to work sick and infecting everyone else. And to lock in your commitment to this challenge, subscribe and smash that notification bell so you never miss a lesson on mastering your professional life. I'm Scarlett. Get some rest, drink some water, and I'll see you in the next episode.